Hello students, the next topic is component of computer network. Component means what are the different resources we need to create a computer network. When we talk about a network, the different resources that we need to create a computer network, and these are hosts, network interface card, Ethernet cable, hub, switch, router, modem, and internet connection. So host means the computer or a laptop or any workstation that we need at both the ends to send and receive the information. Network interface card is a slot need uh, which is needed to create an interface between a computer and the network. Ethernet cable is a medium which carries the data between the two devices. Then we have a hub to create a network of different computers. Switch is also a sort of hub which is little smarter than a hub, and it not only create a network of a computer, but it also amplifies the signal that is flowing within the network. Next is a router, which is further more uh, important than the switch and hubs used to create a network within two different already created networks. Then we need a modem, which is used to transfer the uh, analog signal into digital and then deconvert into a digital signal into analog. So the full form of modem is modulation and demodulation. So I'll write it for you. Means modulation and demodulation. When an analog signal is converted into digital, it is called a modulation, and then when it is reconverted, then it is called a demodulation. Network interface card is also known as line card as it used to create a network of different computers. And finally we need an internet connection to create a huge network of a computer. And when we talk about a WAN, it means we are using an internet connection. We are having a bigger network, and such network is called an internet working. All right. So these are the diagrams and the explanation of a line card. So it is used to create an interface between a device and a network itself. And these are the internet cables, different internet cables available, and also known as category cables. Cat 1 to Cat 5. There are certain categories of such cables, and specially made cable to carry the digital data within them. Then we have a hub to create a network of different computers, switch smarter than a hub, and to amplify data in between. Then we have a router to connect the different networks together. Here we have a router, and then we have a modem to convert the digital data into analog, and then analog data into digital to reconversion. Okay. So, and then next is the transmission media. Then, if we are talking about transferring a data from one computer to another or a one network to another, then what are the different medium we can use to transfer such data? So, there are basically two transmission medium, and then first is bounded or guided media, and second is unbounded or unguided media. So, bounded or unguided media is also known as wired media. Wired media means we need wired network, and unbound or unguided media is known as wireless medium, and it is a medium where we do not use any physical connectivity between the devices, whether it is a smaller network or a larger network, all the data are transferred wirelessly. There are different medium used for using the wireless and different wired medium, so that we are going to study also. So guided or bound media, the cabling used for bound media are twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optics cable. And these are the diagram of stable cables. You must have seen such cables. It is a twisted pair, comes in the combination of four, and the further type of such cable are STP and UTP, that stands for shielded twisted pair and unshielded twisted pair. Here you can see the difference between them is there is a metal shield that is protecting already a cable before it has been covered by a plastic cover, whereas there is no metal shielding this UTP, shielded twisted pair. And there we can see metal sheet protection for our cables, uh, which is used to carry your data. Here there is no such protection, so it is UTP, unshielded twisted pair. Then this is a coaxial cable. You must have seen such cables used very frequently these days. We have STB at our home where we get D2H. We are using D2H. So such cables are used in such connections. This is a metal wire, and there is only a unique cable between this. There is no twist. There is no combination of wires within. It's a single wire, copper, made up of copper, and then we have a double insulators over the copper wire and over a shield, which is finally covered by a plastic on the top. So there are already three layers of protection to a wire, and it is all because it is used to carry a transfer data to a longer distance than the twisted pairs. Then comes the fiber optic cables, which is the best and uh, the best and the costliest mode of data transmission. And here we can see the glass thread carrying the data, and dedicatedly it carries the digital data within it. And then we have a cladding, strength member, coating, and outer jackets to keep the wire protected. And it's a all-weather protection, and there are only digital data carried, and the distance that it covered with the data is very huge. It carries the data within in kilometers. It carries the data. Then there is a comparison table of twisted pair coaxial cable and fiber optics. There is we can see the difference between these three categories. Obviously, the fiber optics is the best choice, but it has some limitation, like it is very expensive. And but apart from this limitation, all the features of the fiber optics is much better than the other two set of cables like coaxial and twisted pair cable. But to create a smaller network, a LAN or twisted pair cable works better, as it is the cheapest medium, and though it has a low bandwidth, but suffice to serve the purpose of a local area network. There is fiber optic cables are used to cover a larger distance to share a network within a very large area network. So in next video we'll study about unguided transmission media. But before that, I would like to tell you that on the basis of these two videos, again I'm sending you some queries, and you will do only those questions in your text uh, book and in your notebooks. And there are further questions at the end of your textbook, and then you need to do only those questions that I'm sending you after this video. So keep safe and study well. Thank you very much.